Raiders fans, listen up. The buzz around our defensive coordinator is growing, and rightfully so. He's managed to take a struggling defense and turn it into a competitive unit, even in the face of adversity. With key players out for the season, you won't believe how he's grooming the next one to shine. Is he in the running for a head coaching job? We're diving into all the details, so stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button and like this video to stay up to date with every exciting moment in Raiders football. Let's dive into what's happening with our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. We've seen a complete transformation on the defensive side of the ball since Patrick Graham took over as the defensive coordinator. I mean, let's be real here. This defense was one of the worst in the league when he stepped in, and look at what he's done. He's got these guys flying around, making plays, and earning respect. But let's not sugarcoat it. This season has thrown some serious challenges at us. We've lost 3 starters, Christian Wilkins, Malcolm Kuntz, and Marcus Epps, all out for the season. That's a heavy blow. And yet, week after week, this team continues to fight through injuries. Graham has done an exceptional job preparing the next man up. Every player who has stepped onto that defensive side has shown they're ready to compete. They aren't just filling in, they're making contributions and looking like they belong out there. Graham has positioned these players for success. We're seeing a young secondary developing into one of the best in the league. And let's not forget, despite all the injuries, the defense has held its own, keeping the team in games and giving the offense opportunities to win. It's impressive, folks. Now, let's talk about the buzz surrounding Graham. Teams are starting to notice him. After this season, there'll be head coaching vacancies across the league, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Patrick Graham's name will come up in those interviews. Remember last offseason? He was a finalist for the head coaching job with the Seattle Seahawks. This guy's stock is rising, and for good reason. Our own Hondo Carpenter and Matt Fladdick recently discussed Graham on the Las Vegas Raiders Insider podcast, and their insights are spot on. Carpenter said it best: Patrick Graham continues to be an elite coach. Think about that. He's lost 3 stars and still managed to keep this defense performing at a high level, despite all the injuries. And let's not forget about Max Crosby, who has also dealt with his own injury issues this season. This defense is resilient, and Graham deserves a ton of credit for that. But here's where I get a bit conflicted. While I want to see Graham stick around, I can't help but wonder if he'll get the recognition he deserves beyond the Raiders fanbase. We all know that media attention often goes to the flashy offensive plays and big-name quarterbacks. But those who study the game, analysts and decision-makers across the NFL, they know how good Patrick Graham is. He's consistently been a tone-setter, keeping the Raiders competitive in tough games and often being the reason we've pulled out victories. So, I pose this question to you. Was this the right decision to bring in Graham? I, for one, am torn. On one hand, he's proving to be an invaluable asset to this team, but on the other hand, I worry about losing him if he gets the opportunity to move up in the ranks. It's a double-edged sword, folks. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions right down here in the comments. What are your expectations for the rest of the season? What frustrations are you feeling? Let's get this conversation going because we're all in this together as fans of the Raiders. And remember, if you enjoyed this discussion, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you can stay in the loop with all the latest news about our Raiders. Let's keep the faith, Raider Nation, because this team is on the rise, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.